We're on the air in 3 minutes.
Rotate, please.
60 seconds live. Stand by. 4, 5, and 6. Don't forget to put your earphones on.
Here's the microphone.
Is this thing on?
30 seconds.
Everybody hear me? Hello? Check. That better?
Come on now, folks. Break it up and settle down. 10 seconds.
Okay, let's get this show rolling. Stand by, everybody. We're on in 5.
And QID.
In a world of uncertainty,
Where am I anyway? Why should I have to do that?
Who's the man now?
amid intense creative pressure,
You are unemployed.
Oh, I could slit your throat.
part of you wants to laugh.
Now that is funny.
Part of you wants to escape.
Why don't you relax? Have a beer.
Radio will never be the same.
Listening to the radio, this is no way for that boy to grow up.
We are going to make this radio station rock.
Did you ever hear of a thing called radio?
You're the freaking radio.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We are back for another electric radio show. Full complement of cast and crew. Man, what a freaking week. I got a what's up that's probably going to twist your gonads, maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Coming up on the big show. I think we collectively made a decision. Collectively, meaning Andre and I, made a decision that the Hollywood Hotwire will be brought to you by D-Light.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you. Because
That's awesome.
Hope you wrote something.
last week I wasn't here, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Wow, that really sounds good."
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
I thought so too. Yeah, please don't get her started. Sacred Owl, the Zodiac Maniacs here. We got listener email, Tom Brokejaw. People were surveyed, and they were asked just one question. Can your boss do your job? You might be surprised at those results coming out of that.
Good question.
In the Hollywood, it's not the Hollywood Hotwire. See, I'm all kerfuffled. In the Underground Spotlight this week, we got a great band called Conway with a song called Hellbent. Sounds like some people I knew.
Yeah.
That sumbitch was hell-bent. Strap in, buckle up, cinch them up tight, because we are hell-bent on putting on the Electric Radio Show.
We're starting the show, and it's going to be really, really good. And there will be people saying words and stuff, and you're going to like it a lot, and you'll be happy, and you won't want it to stop. Yeah.
I was listening to the broadcast. I was wondering, what exactly is it?
This show will have laughter, tears, topless arguments, infections caused by jacuzzi water.
It's really weird. It's about to get a whole lot weirder.
It's showtime.
Time for my favorite show.
Is it on now? What time is that show again?
It's on now.
For real?
For real.
And we're on it now.
Okay, here we go.
All right, it's showtime. The Electric Radio Show. We have wires. We have electricity. Don't get us wet.
You guys are so sexy and funny. Oh, here's your coffee. Have a great show.
You're listening to the Electric Radio Show.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Let's take a peek into our weekly lives. Some good, some bad, some awful. It's What's Up. What's up, D-Light?
So, there's been this kind of like ramping up of this guy I've been seeing over the past couple weeks.
Which one?
Yes, which
Well,
one?
I never actually gave you a name.
Oh, I just assumed it was
Remember
multiples.
I told you he was calling me sweetheart and we hadn't even
The old
met?
guy. Yeah, the old man.
We met, okay, and there's a problem.
Oh, wait a minute. I hadn't known up to that point that you hadn't even met yet.
No, we talked over the phone.
Huh.
I told you that. You don't listen to
You
me.
met... I really don't listen to you. Like, this dude's calling you sweetheart over the phone. You never met him, and you went to go meet him?
Well, I mean...
Are you
we've
freaking insane?
We've been out a couple of times, okay? But I went over to his house, okay?
Oh.
Did he get the new?
No, he did not, okay? Because...
Did he try?
He was
No.
out of Little Blue Pills. So
Can you guys let me tell the story?
He didn't even try?
All right, so he brought his snake out.
Oh, I call mine Snake too.
Was it his ball python?
It wasn't his actual... It wasn't attached to his body. He
okay.
had a pet snake, okay, and didn't tell me about it and just, like, walked out in the living room.
So
with
Mr. Right
this-
Now is gone.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't I can't handle that. No way.
I like snakes. I'd have done them.
Ugh.
How long? What kind of snake was it?
I have no idea. It
'Cause you
wasn't
didn't
that
stay long
big.
enough,
It
right?
wasn't that
Oh, okay.
big. I will say that. But I mean, like any kind of snake, forget it.
So you're going to write a book
I don't like
now
snakes
about
either.
a snake?
I'm not a snake fan either.
Oh, man.
He just and the problem for me was that he didn't give me the heads up. He just came out from the kitchen and was like, "Here, meet Harold." Okay,
Yeah,
and
he should have told you he was
put
going to whip it out.
He put it on the ground, and I was just like, "That's it, I'm done."
Especially if it wasn't that big.
Man. Yours is Mr. Goodbye. Mr. Goodbye is your what's up. Dre, what do you got? What the hell happened?
What do you mean?
If you want to tell. I mean, you scared the crap out of me last week.
Last week.
I don't know if that's
I don't know.
I don't know if that's your what's up or not.
No, it's not, but I
all
mean,
right, so do your what's up and we'll talk off the air.
my actual what's up for this week is and I'm a little stuffy. I don't know if I'm coming down with anything. I hope that I don't.
Maybe you meant the snake guy.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna move over here a little bit.
Yeah, so loud.
Yeah, and
My
keep your
apologies.
snake to itself.
I will. But my actual what's up this week is I got the new iPhone.
Oh, you were part of the kicker of NXS from last show.
And that's actually the one I got too, the XS.
You got the XS?
Yeah.
You like it?
I love it. I love it.
Is
so
that
far.
it right there?
This is it, yes.
Oh my God, dude, you got to get that thing in an OtterBox.
Yeah, I was like, dude, why don't you
oh my
put it?
God,
I haven't
bro.
had time to pick up a case for it yet.
I'm afraid to look at it. It's like it's that thing.
I just haven't had time. I'm running constantly.
Is it worth the money you're spending on it?
So far, I love it. It's great.
I was thinking about getting one. I love iPhones. So.
It's really cool.
I want the big one though, the real big.
Yeah, that's the Max, I think, right?
Oh yeah, the XS
Yeah,
Max.
Yeah, I'm blind. I can't even see that writing.
That
it
one
looks
was like
writing right there.
that one was like $300 more.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're nice.
And it comes in half a terabyte.
I'll tell you what. You know what your what's up is? My iPhone is grand.
Literally.
You gotta put a case on that thing.
Yeah, dude,
I
please.
will.
Because
I will
I'm
get
getting
around to it.
nervous.
I am too, man. Like I don't even want to go near it because
stop.
the minute I got the new Galaxy S9, and the minute I got the phone, like it didn't leave the store unless it was in an OtterBox.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm
me
a
too.
clod. I'm a total clod.
I'm the same way. It
Yeah,
has to
and
be.
you
I
see,
had my phone
hold
for-
on. Bridget is standing right there, and she's already knocked
she already
over
pulled
stuff.
over
Oh my gosh.
your MacBook.
I've never dropped the phone ever.
Oh, now you just
Now you done
jinxed
did it.
it.
I guarantee we'll report
I don't
before the
think
end
so.
of the show.
Wah,
So
wah.
Andre's what's up is my iPhone's grand. Q.
Well, there's this my son, one of my 1,000 kids that I have.
Yeah.
He's 11 years old, and
If you do a DNA test, I think we're all related to Sacred Owl.
somewhere somehow. Yeah, that's so true. Remember, if you want to get pregnant, listen to my voice. So. But there's a 16-year-old girl that really likes him, and she lives on the block, and he keeps talking to her, and me, I'm not liking it because he's 11, she's 16.
Oh no, hell no! That's no. You shut that.
Yeah. Well, let me
You
tell
shut that down.
Let me tell you how I shut it down. I shut it down really well. Funny, I traumatized him, but I shut it down well because she kept talking to him, and I said, "Listen, there's something about her I don't like. Be mindful. If you're talking, that's fine, but she really likes you, and she wants to do things with you." And then I told him what it is, and he said, "Well, I wouldn't mind that. I see it, but you're 11. That's not happening."
Oh yeah, no.
Right. So
soon.
he goes and I catch him in the backyard talking to her because she lives next door.
Oh great.
Right. And so I yell out the window. What I did was I got a pair of his underwear and I took a Kit Kat and I marked it up.
Nice.
And I yell out
You
the window.
skid marked his underwear.
That's right. I yell out the window. I said, "William, you did this again." And he looked at me and he turned all colors purple. And she said, "What is he like? What?" I said, "You need to clean your underwear when you make a mess in them."
Oh man.
And she just got up and turned around and left. And I went, "Yeah," and I walked away. He came upstairs.
Wow.
He came upstairs. He said, "Dad, why you do me like that?" I said, "'Cause I told you not to talk to her."
Wow.
And later on, he was upset, but later on he came back. He said, "Dad, that was hilarious." He said, "That was hilarious. I'm going to do that to my son."
Wow.
In my best Caddyshack Carl voice, your what's up is, "It's no big deal."
Exactly. No big deal.
It's no big deal. Mine is briefly, so we don't run over too long. Driving to my day job last Friday morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, minding my own business. I don't even have the radio on in the car. And for the first time since I've been driving, which is since I was 16, I didn't just hit, I blasted a deer.
Oh,
so sorry.
And my car is destroyed. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for a new ride, but my hoopty is dead.
Oh, it's done? Done?
It's done?
I don't know what the repair bill's going to be, but if it's more than $10, I don't have the cash to fix it. So, yeah, man, it was like, dude, this thing came out of nowhere. It hopped one shot over the guardrail into the northbound lane, second leap into my lane. I had 2 feet in the brake pedal. I locked up anti-lock brakes with the amount of pressure I put down, and I hit him in midair. That when he hit, he sprung my hood up, and that was the only way that kept him from coming in the windshield, because it didn't even break the windshield. He rolls off the passenger side of the car through a culvert. I'm watching him rolling through the culvert. He gets up and he runs away. And it was a huge buck. I mean, this thing had to be at least 10 points. I mean, it was gigantic.
Wow.
And it's just absolutely destroyed my car. So I'll keep you guys posted what the hell I'm going to do.
I hit 2 last year. I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry.
So my what's up is, oh, dear.
No kidding.
That's all I can tell you. So, yeah, if your life sucked past week, maybe not so much. Coming up next, Tom Brokejaw is all set to go with the headlines on the Electric Radio Show.
My name is Bill Cosby. My name is Bill Cosby. Hey kids, do you like rap music? Yeah. Did you ever think an old fogey like me could do it? Bust some rhymes and move my hips through it, then take out your eyeball and chew it. Now, you see, I'm Bill Cosby. I figured that I could rap if I had the opportunity. I love to rap. My lyrics never stumble. It's as comfortable and natural as playing Dr. Huxtable. Feel the drum and bass, and I erase that old out-of-court settlement case of drug and rape. And my DJ says, hey, Cos, you're sounding great. You're also out of Depends. Do you want me to order a crate? Ha, ha, ha. Let me finish this song first. The Depends can wait. My name is Bill Cosby. My name is Bill Cosby.
Greetings. Welcome to the show.
Since you've been good, you get it early.
Let's get it started. What day is that? They should get together, form a show, and they'll have the lowest rated show of all time.
It's hurtful. Untrue.
Say what?
You don't get no better show than this.
It's too early for this. Too early for this?
Showtime. It's the Electric Radio Show. TheElectricRadioShow.com.
It's my favorite show.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Let's take a look at the headlines. Damn it. With all the news, and it's the news. Wouldn't be the news without him. It's the news guy from the newsroom. I bet you he didn't hit a deer. It's Tom Brokejaw.
This is Tom Brokejaw with an Electric Radio Show news brief. During an interview with Hillary Clinton, Rachel Maddow brought up Bill Clinton's history of sexual assault allegations. Now, friends are waiting for Rachel Maddow's body to wash up on the shore of the East River. FEMA chief Brock Long recently defended President Trump's Puerto Rico death toll theory. Unfortunately, Brock Long couldn't be reached for further explanation because he was busy renting out his name to a porn star. Director Michael Moore says Democrats need to stop being so nice. Democrats responded, "Fine, you're a fat bastard." Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos says President Trump's attacks on the media are dangerous. I believe this is called hair envy. A Japanese billionaire will be the first private citizen to fly around the moon. Or, as I look at it, a Japanese billionaire will be the first person that is killed by Elon Musk. United Airlines has introduced a new policy for boarding their planes. Meanwhile, still no change to their long-standing policy of murdering your Pomeranian. NASA is seeking corporate sponsorship for future missions. I can't wait to hear the next person to land on the moon say, "That's one small step for Tostitos, one giant leap for Capital One." Sean Penn says he's suspicious of the Me Too movement because it, quote, gets glommed onto in great stridency and rage and without nuance. He also seems to be enjoying his word of the day calendar. And finally, former Mad Men star John Hamm wants to play Batman. If it happens, the biggest special effect challenge would be to conceal the enormous bulge in Batman's codpiece. This is Tom Brokaw with an Electric Radio Show news brief.
I've heard that about John Hamm. I don't know it personally, but I have heard those stories. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, does good give you... What does that say?
Goosebumps.
Does good give you goosebumps?
No, does good music.
I can't see it because there's a massive glare on the board, and I just can't see it. So, does good music give you goosebumps? Does my voice give you goosebumps?
You never know.
Either way, we'll find out coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
Every October, all spirits get restless, and evil lurks around every corner. Tune into the Electric Radio Show. Jack Hammer, Andre Kane will ghost hunt and investigate the unknown live on your radio. And the month of October will be the scariest thing you've ever heard. Listen in live to the ghost adventures. You won't want to leave your radio even for a minute. It's the Electric Radio Show's Ghost Hunting in the month of October. You've never heard anything this real and this scary before. Tune into the Electric Radio Show for an experience you'll never forget. Don't miss out. It's the Electric Radio Show's Ghost Hunt.
It's the Electric Radio Show. I mean, we all love good music. Who doesn't love good music? But does good music actually give you goosebumps? Dre?
So this has always happened to me. Like when I hear like a really good song, I get goosebumps.
Like Pavarotti?
Exactly. Well, actually more like Clay Aiken. Remember Clay Aiken from American Idol?
Oh, God.
When he did Bridge Over Troubled Water.
You being serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So anyway.
That's about ready to yank his man card.
I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, like good music really does. And this doesn't happen to everybody. And I never knew that. I thought that it happened to everybody. So, there's a new study out from Harvard, and if music fans, they talk to music fans all over the world, researchers found about 55% of people that had a strong emotional connection to music, and they were more healthier, happier, friendlier, and even wealthier. Those are the kinds of people that actually get goosebumps when they hear really good music. I had no idea.
I mean, I have definitely heard music that has given me goosebumps.
I don't think I have.
I know me, Bob Marley.
Now that's
Bob Marley
interesting
music,
because the study also found that women were more likely to get goosebumps from music than men.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard some music that is so beautiful, so beautifully done, that it's brought a tear to my eye.
The same here.
I mean, I think one time we were doing mornings, and I think I came into you, Andre, and said that, dude, I just heard a song that I swear to God that when I die, I want this to be playing in heaven. It was so beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful pieces of music I ever heard.
There's a couple of songs that do it for me, too.
Yeah. D-Lights.
What's so funny?
I'm laughing because Jack sometimes you get so sentimental.
Listen, it doesn't matter, man. If something's beautiful, it doesn't matter.
You know what does it
I'll
for
be
me?
The first one to say it.
I'll tell you what song. Really,
D-Light's going to reach into her heart and give everybody an ice cube, everyone.
Shut it.
The song Cats in the Cradle.
I hate that song.
That's a deep song.
It'll make me cry every time.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a coming of age song for a father and son.
It could be because I was just going to say, because you have a different perspective on it than I do. I just personally can't stand that song, but I'm not a parent, so.
Do you have any song that has an emotional tie to you? right, we'll let you know by the end of the show. Go ahead, Dre. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So anyway, women happens to more than men. And for the most part, it says here that it happens quickly, like during the first minute of the song. So when you hear the first minute of the song, that's usually when it happens. 25% of the people it happens to when somebody or in the song says, I love you, or it has to do with love.
Okay.
And it also happens when somebody actually physically says to somebody else for the first time ever that they love them. So outside of a song.
Gotcha.
So like if I said to you, Jack, right now, I love you.
Okay.
Do you get goosebumps?
No. I get a little tingle somewhere else.
A little tingle?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so that's not in the study. The tingle isn't in the study. But this
Say anything about a turkey neck.
No, it does not.
So then we're good.
So anyway. But anyway, I found it interesting because seriously, I thought that it happened to everybody.
All right, so yours is Cats in the Cradle, Q?
Cats in the Cradle.
Redemption song with Bob Marley.
The Redemption song with Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Eli, you got anything yet?
I don't think I get affected by music the way you guys
outside of the Smurfs theme or something?
Oh, the Smurfs.
Lady Gaga?
No, oh, God, no.
Mine is California Dreamin' from the Mamas and the Papas because it totally reminds me of my dad when he was away in Vietnam. I was a little kid.
You get teary-eyed?
I do. Yeah. I really do to this very day when I hear that song. I do. Yep, yeah, I honestly do. I thought that was a great topic, man. It's really great. If you guys got a song in particular, gives you goosebumps, hit us up. Let us know. We'd like to know about it. It's not just us.
Yeah.
It's not just the three guys in this room and the one cold-hearted witch.
I'm sorry. I can't really think of anything that affects me like that.
Well, who knows? Maybe Conway's song Hellbent. Maybe that'll do it for you.
Maybe that will
because they are the Underground Spotlight featured artists of the week, and they are coming up on the Electric Radio Show.
The best thing about fall is that my kids finally go back to school, finally peace and quiet. I have it all to myself.
The worst part about fall is that my husband just disappears.
Tell that guy to go fall in the ditch!
Because it's football season.
Sunrises and sunsets are good in the fall because of that crisp sort of air.
Don't hear hide nor hair of him till after January's Super Bowl.
I could fall and pierce an organ.
The trees are already brown and lying in the yard and need raked up immediately.
You know, it's not fall to pieces, but it was actually, she did it her own version of it pretty well.
I'm going to set a vision, I will lead, and we'll just let the chips fall where they may.
So yeah, a good sunset and a good sunrise would be good for fall.
So, Lise, ready for your trip? See you next fall.
You make those same stupid jokes every field trip.
You work in the business as long as I have, you're bound to repeat yourself.
Good morning, class.
You come in here with heads filled with soup,
but you leave with razor sharp, dual mind blade.
Yeah. Your behavior is atrocious.
Cheating, smoking, peeking in the girls' locker room.
Smoking in the boys' room. Hey, teacher, don't you feel me? Up in you. 'Cause everybody knows and smoking ain't allowed.
Wake your kids up very early. Tell them they're late for school.
Even our school bully was passive-aggressive.
What have you learned so far?
I'm a bad test taker.
Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
Now, teacher, I'm fooling around with your rule. Everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school.
All right, guys, let's focus up.
For God's sake, straighten your tie. This isn't a tractor pull.
Oh, I'm so happy I can't even feel my arms.
Live from the radio station with more listeners than your mother's 1-900 number. Here's the show that starts 1/2 hour before 0:30. Proud owners of the entire Django action figure collection. The show that's more fun than a barrel full of Al Roker's White House poo-poo undies.
You know, that is really getting annoying.
Everybody love everybody!
It's the Electric Radio Show. All right. Yeah. You know the old joke, why did the chicken cross the road? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody's heard that joke. Heard it in grammar school.
To get to the other side.
Yeah, exactly. I got another one for you. Here's another riddle.
What do you got?
Why did the guy in China jump off the bridge to avoid the police?
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but Andre's going to tell us. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm like king of the Segway today.
That's true.
Geez, you would think I'm almost professional at doing this.
It's very good, Jack.
Oh, thank you.
Cookie for you.
So Andre's got that story coming up. Sacred Owl with Zodiac Maniac a little bit later on. A group of people were polled and said, can your boss do your job You might be surprised with those answers that come out of that, but straight ahead, we've got Conway, our featured artist of the week. Yeah. Spotlight. Their tune, Hellbent, is next on the Electric Radio Show.
Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in a Pennsylvania state prison. And this is interesting. TMZ did a bit of research, and they found out his first meal in jail will include pudding.
Jack Hammer, Andre Kane, Sacred Owl, and Delight. The Electric Radio Show.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Dre, you're finally back. Delight near killed me last week.
Really?
Me forever.
Why?
Throw the switch.
Oh,
throw the
switch.
yeah. Throw the right.
All right, here you go.
Oh my God, you hit the light first time.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Normally there's an electrical current that goes to the chair. D-Light damn near killed me last week.
Very good at it.
Holy cow. Yeah, it's time to turn on the underground spotlight and put somebody front and center. And this week it's a band called Conway. They got a great tune called Hellbent. And if you want to be just like these guys, all you got to do is go to electricradioshow.com, click the banner for the Underground Spotlight, fill out all the details, get us a copy of your project, and you can be just like them. The Underground Spotlight featured artist of the week. Here is Conway with a tune called Hellbent on the Electric Radio Show.
She had all the boys there dead to rights. They got knocked back by the gale force smile. There wasn't anything that she couldn't hide. Excuse me, misused. Have you heard the news? This world cannot handle you. Looking so smooth, but it's not true. The angels say that hell sent you. Holy Roman army couldn't hold him back. Fell face first when she felt relaxed. He fell in a perfume, working wonders on the room. But I can see through her beautiful ruse. Have you heard the news? This world cannot handle you. Looking so smooth, but it's not true. The angels say that hell sent you. Kids in over their heads. Sometimes Juliet is better off dead. Drank from love but drowned instead. Crawled out of hell bent on revenge. Cliche love lost in the sun. Eyes went black as fate threw a punch. Well, you did land right side up. Baby, maybe you're out of love. Excuse me, misused. Have you heard the news? This world cannot handle you. Looking so smooth, but it's not true. The angels say that hell sent you. Have you heard the news? This world cannot handle you. Looking so smooth, but it's not true. The angels say that hell sent you.
And there you go.
All right. Good stuff.
That's decent.
What a
That's
great
decent.
tune, man. I like it.
Great
Very
tune, man.
decent.
I got a really hat tip to everybody that's been submitting for the Underground Spotlight. You guys are when we first started doing this, man, we got songs that sounded like they were recorded on a close and play. Man, some of them were just.
We got good quality stuff.
We got real good quality stuff. Conway, you guys knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Great tune. Once again, that is called Hellbent. Name of the group is Conway. Again, if you got a project, you want to send it off to us, all you have to do is go to theelectricradioshow.com, click the banner or the underground spotlight. So, you guys out there, you think your boss can do your job? Your job? I'll give you the results coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
What in the gall dang world's going on with all this pornography on the interweb? Good Lord, there's more of these nude sites, people taking off their clothes and doing the unthinkable acts on this Pornhub and Pornocopia. It's just not natural. Back in my day, if you wanted to see some nudie movie, you go down to the neighborhood adult theater and you snuck in the back door. Or you went down to the local drugstore and you bought yourself a Penthouse, Playboy, Hustler, or Swank magazine. Those were the days. I went down to where the old adult theater used to be yesterday, and it's now an Indian food market. I mean, what in the who is going on around here? Naked people on my computer? Bunch of perverts.
The Electric Radio Show.
Yeah, it gets me in the zone. It kind of tunes everything else out for me.
The hottest radio show on the planet.
It's the Electric Radio Show. This one is from Perkbox and SWNS. 42% of people, 42, that's nearly half of people said that their boss could not do their job.
Wow.
Only 33%, only a third said that they could do it, and the other 25% weren't sure. And here are three more stats from that survey. 1/3 of employees said they don't get enough recognition for their hard work. The top 4 rewards we'd like to get for doing a good job are simpler than you think. How about maybe a gift card, being named Employee of the Month, maybe even being taken out to lunch?
Yep.
Andre and I were taken out to lunch a couple of times. We got fired, but we got taken out to lunch a couple of times. Hey, Jack, Andre, come on.
Yeah.
I got my Amex card. Get whatever you want.
Yeah.
So we order steak and lobster. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
You're fired. No, that's not true.
Have a carrot.
Have a carrot. Yeah, you like bunnies to me. Have a carrot. Number 2 was over a third of people in the survey said they think their boss is overpaid, although about the same number said their boss works harder than they do. Your boss, it's not up to you to think whether he or she is overpaid or not. If you want to get the same money, negotiate better.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
And the third one said, and with that being said, 68% of people think their boss does deserve to be in charge. I mean, I've been in this business nearly 30 years. And I'm talking about, broadcasting. I've worked for some stellar managers. And I've worked for managers that I'm telling you, if you paid them half of what you were paying them, you were still paying them too much.
Right. Yep.
What do you mean? What? What? Who was that?
I don't know.
I don't know who said that. Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
I thought that was a ghost.
Oh my God, it's the disembodied voice. Wow, that was creepy. Did you hear that? I'm blown away by that.
I did.
But there you go. I mean, that's from, again, it's from Perkbox and SWNS. I think if you got a good boss and the boss treats you good, if you're late here and there and they don't get on you for it, to me, that has value.
I remember one time we had a boss, Jack, and the boss walked into your office where you were doing, your production work, crinkled up a piece of paper and threw it at you.
Oh, yeah. That was like 8 hours after it was the vice president of the company.
And Jack picks up the piece of paper off the floor, turns around, and threw it back and hit this guy right in the face with it. I forget what you said. Did you say, did you throw this at or something? I can't remember.
He had said to me,
I was laughing too hard.
Yeah, because I was the production director at that point. And he says, I hear your department is lacking. And I had five guys working underneath me, Andre being one of them. Yeah. And I said, my department's not lacking. What are you talking about? Well, I hear buzz. And he said, if I want to pull you off that morning show, I'll pull you off that morning show. Because I was doing the morning show and production director at the time. Right. So I said to him, well, go ahead. At that point, you will have done what you have to do, and I will do what I have to do.
That's right.
And he says, well, what does that mean? I said, you can take it any way you like it. So he comes back at the end of the day, 8 hours later, and he throws a paper wad at me while I'm in there working. And he said, you going to go over your department? And he says, I thought you said you're going to go over your department at the end of the day. I said, my day is not over. And I looked right at him, and I threw the paper wad back at him and creamed him in the forehead.
Hit him right in the forehead, yeah.
He actually laughed about it, and that was on a Friday, and Monday came, and everything was cool. He actually respected the fact that I stood up to him.
I think, didn't he? He took us out for drinks.
He did after that. That's right, he did. He took us right up to the local watering hole. He actually respected the fact that I stood up to him and didn't back down. So, there you go. On the way, D-Light's in charge now. She's got her own feature. D-Light brings you the Hollywood Hot Wire coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
Now, all of you young people here today need to understand that anything can be considered sexual assault. Like the young man right here who's the quarterback on the football team, and he's taking his hands and delicately putting them underneath one of the fatter young men who's bent over, and the buttocks are sticking way up. Now, taking a snap is a slippery slope, you see. And for all the aspiring college and Olympic-bound wrestlers that are here with us with the hands and the legs going all flippity floppity flew all over the other man's finely toned body. You are all going to be hauled into a court of law sometime very, very soon.
Jack Hammer, Andre Kane, Sacred Owl, and D-Light. They're the crew your parents warned you not to hang out with. Don't you remember that?
It's the Electric Radio Show. Let's take a look and see what's going on in Hollywood. It's the Hollywood Hot Wire with D-Light.
All right, taking a look around the internet for what's trending in Hollywood. In her new book, porn star and alleged Donald Trump Donald Trump.
I'm sorry, I messed you all up. Go ahead. Just continue.
Totally
I know. I mean, this is not your forte.
Alleged Donald Trump mistress Stormy Daniels describes President Trump's genitalia as smaller than average. She calls it, quote, smaller than average, but not freakishly small. What? She adds that it's unusual because it has, quote, a huge mushroom head.
What?
Like a toadstool.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
She compares it to the mushroom character Toad from Mario Kart.
What?
So I had to look this up.
Come on, this is the damn president of the United States.
But wait, there's more. She also says he has, quote, Yeti pubes.
What?
And she says, quote, it may have been the least impressive sex I've ever had, but clearly he didn't share that opinion.
Wow. Oh, my Lord. You have got to be kidding me.
Did you? I had to Google what this Toad from Mario Kart looked like.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I know what the toad looks like, yeah.
You know what the toad looks like?
Continue on. I've got my phone. I will Google search. What is it? Toad Mario Kart?
Toad Mario Kart.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to come right up.
God's sake, I'll bring it up on your iPad.
I will.
All right, continue.
Last week, 2,000 Americans were asked by Voodoo Movies and TV to name their favorite movie trilogies of all time. What do you guys think were the top choices?
Oh, man. Trilogies? Let me see. Lord of the Rings has to be in there. Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Debbie Does Everything. Oh my God! What is that name of that thing? Toad.
That's Toad from Mario Kart. So I'm a little concerned.
Mr. President, I'm actually pretty impressed.
Right, but does it have a big red dot on it like that?
Or a smiley face?
You might need to get some antibiotics.
Yeah, well, that or it's something that won't never go away. One or the other.
All right, so back to our story here.
We now continue with D-Light already in progress.
So you named a couple here that were on the list.
All right, go ahead, go for it. What's the list?
All right, so surprisingly, though, you guys didn't mention Star Wars.
Well, Star Wars is because there's more. I could see what you're saying with the original trilogy.
So anyway, the top one was Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Jurassic Park was the second one. Even though technically there's more than 3.
Yeah, I was going to say Indiana Jones, there's 4.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Tied for 5th place was Lord of the Rings and Die Hard.
Wow, two completely different
Tied for
genres.
7th place, Pirates of the Caribbean and the original Star Wars trilogy.
All
right.
You know what it is because the prequels screwed that up.
I guess
Episodes 1, 2, and 3 screwed up Star Wars.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
agree. I agree.
I think beyond a shadow of a doubt, if it was just New Hope, Empire, and Jedi, hands down, it would be number one.
Well, anyway.
Thanks.
Moving on. Well, it looks like the feud between Cher and Madonna is back on. Music icon Cher stopped by The Ellen Show this week and threw some major shade at Madonna. During a game of 5-second rule, Ellen asked Cher to name 3 people she'd love to do a duet with. Her answers were, quote, Adele, Pink, and not Madonna.
Wow.
Ow.
Cher and Madonna's feud stretches back to at least 1991 when Cher explained in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, quote, she's mean and I don't like that. I remember having her over to my house a couple times because Sean Penn and I were friends and she was just so rude to everybody. It seems to me that when you've reached the kind of acclaim that she's reached and can do whatever you want to do, you should be a little bit more magnanimous and be a little less of a C word.
Ooh. Boy, I'm so glad that you said that.
Interesting, though. In 2013, Cher had seemed to change her tune when she was talking to Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, saying, quote, I'm totally good with Madonna, she insisted. Imagine I have gone through our thing, but no, I'm totally good with her. And as of today, Madonna has not commented.
Wow.
Interesting.
I mean, honestly, if you're Madonna and you take a swipe at Cher, that's no good. No good.
No bueno.
Yeah. So that's what's trending in Tinseltown this week. So
All
don't
right.
forget to follow us on Twitter at Studio ERS.
All right, D-Light. I don't think there is a guy in this room that could have talked about, one, the president's mushroom cap.
That's true.
And throwing shade and calling Madonna the C word.
You know, I am a little concerned if Donald Trump's private parts look like that.
I don't care, man. Leave the man alone. And
who cares what's in his pants?
Yeah, man. Really? That's just, I don't know, man.
That's a TMI moment.
And truthfully,
TMI.
man, I'm not, if it was done in reverse, if that was done to Barack Obama, I'd say the same damn
exact
thing.
thing. Who
I would
cares?
That
also
is
say,
shady
but I would
hell.
also say, you might want to get that checked out. See if you need some antibiotics or something.
man, if you looking like Toad there, damn right.
I don't think there's anybody that
Or
cares.
maybe her vision is just screwed up. Maybe
Could
that's
be.
just what it is. So there you go. Coming up in just a little bit, I got a tune called Tune. Maybe I need to freaking have a drink right about now. I got a story called When I Was a Kid. Andre's got one called Don't Jump, and Sacred Owl, the Zodiac Maniacs, coming up on the Electric Radio Show. Let's get drunk.
Schoolgirl, sleazy with a classic kind of sassy little skirt hanging way up.
Have you seen Junior's grades?
I hope you know that this will go down on your permanent record.
I'm gonna sit, yeah, back to school. Me and some guys from school. I'm gonna do a little number on the teacher when she turns her back. Together we broke all the rules, dreaming of dropping out of school.
You better pay attention, build your comprehension. There's gonna be a quiz in your ascension.
And all the kids at school, they were wishing they were me that night. Up in the morning and out to school. The teacher is teaching the golden rule. Or even tried to school you. I don't feel like going to school no more. Hey there, Delilah, you be good and don't you miss me. 2 more years and you'll be done with school, and I'll be making history like I do. Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. I wanna run through the halls in high school. Joan was quizzical, studied metaphysical science in the home. The weekend at the college didn't turn out like you planned. The
Things that pass for knowledge I can't understand.
Everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school.
You know, that was my nickname in high school, the Big Easy. I was a huge slut.
I don't want to brag too much, but when I was in high school, like #1 in my class.
You have a history of juvenile arrests, I presume, drug abuse, reform school, state prisons, and all that.
Plus, you're like the only guy at school who has a mustache.
Unanimously voted student body president, class speaker, valedictorian.
In high school, I was the girl that hung out with the freaks.
You'll do as Daddy says, or we'll send you to Catholic school where you belong.
Everybody at school thinks I'm a freaking idiot because of you.
I intend to initiate a sex education course in the school.
It's like basically the end of summer for some of you guys.
Rather than waste your time this semester with a lot of useless theories, we're going to jump right in with both feet.
I'm no school administrator, but there's an extension program going on in my trousers.
Back to school time.
And I told my heart it was just a summer thing.
Why should I let you back into my school, Sams?
Because I'm gonna do better, sir.
Summer's over. Staying in school is cool. And I told my heart it we had a summer flame.
The following radio show would never stuff an elf into a snowblower unless he really had it coming.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
Can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in? Where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press. This town needs an enema.
Never rub another man's rhubarb. You snotty little bastard.
You can't handle the truth.
Wait till they get a load of me.
It's the Electric Radio Show.
All right. Yeah.
Way to get a load of us. Jack Nicholson, man. So it's like in my
love it
list. And guess what? Guess what?
What?
On my list, Jack Nicholson unseated Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah.
What list is this?
My personal list of my favorite actors that I have.
I thought you loved Johnny Depp.
No,
no. Keanu Reeves.
No. And my favorite actor, young actor, is Brad Pitt. Hands down.
He's not young anymore.
He's not of the
He's
same.
Like 50.
Yeah,
He's
but
not young.
He's not in the De Niro.
You know what she just called you?
He's not in the De Niro.
She just called you old.
No, I don't care. Who the hell listens to her anyway?
Oh, okay.
Brad Pitt is actually my favorite younger actor.
Okay.
Not
That's
young.
Cool.
All right, whatever. Coming up in
this
just
is
a couple
coming
of
from
minutes.
the chick who's dating an 80-year-old.
He was not 50. He was definitely younger than you guys.
He's an 80-year-old mushroom cat.
Tim Conway.
Hey, does this look like Toad?
What do you think of my Yeti pubes? Hey, what do you think of these, huh?
Coming up, when I was a kid, we'll tell you all about it on the Electric Radio Show.
It's Bill Cosby, and he's out of court on day 2. And Bill's gonna joke around with you. He's having fun now, listening to a gang of women who all say Bill whipped out his thing.
It's the Electric Radio Show. TheElectricRadioShow.com.
It's the Electric Radio Show. This one's from Relay Go. A lot of people say that kids aren't as independent these days because we don't let them be independent. And a survey looked into how much times have changed, and over 1,000 parents were asked about 5 different activities. If they'd let their 10-year-old do them today without supervision, and if their parents let them do it when they were at the same age. Here's what they said. Number 5, go trick-or-treating on Halloween without an adult. 44% did it when they were kids. Only 24% would let their kids do it on their own today. Number 4, play in the yard without an adult. 91% of parents said that they did it when they were a kid. Only 78% would let their kids do it today.
At what age? 10?
10.
Yep, 10-year-old. Number 3, play in a public park on their own. 51% of parents said they did it when they were a kid, and only 26% of parents would let their kids do it now. Understandably so. I'm surprised the number's actually that high.
Oh, yeah, that's surprised. That is high.
26% would let a 10-year-old kid play in a park by themselves today.
No,
not here.
Not on your life if that
No
was my
way.
kid. Number 2, walk or bike to school alone. 68% of parents did it. Only 43% would let their kids do it now. Again, these 10-year-old kids. There's no way in hell. Nope. I'm driving that kid to school till he's 21. And the number one thing, would you let your 10-year-old stay home alone for an hour or two? 53% of parents said they did by the time that they were 10. Only 36% said it's okay for kids today.
I think it depends on the kid.
Yeah, that's what I do. I let my
mom let me stay by myself during the daytime. But if my brother was there, because he was a little younger than me, then she'd make us get a babysitter because she knew he wouldn't listen to me. And so
Check this out. The survey, I just found this. The survey also found that just 60% of kids today enjoy playing outside. I mean, when I was younger, man, that was like 100. It was like 100%.
Yeah.
Only 1 in 10 said it's their favorite activity, and overall, the one activity they enjoy the most, we all can guess what this is.
video games.
Video games. Yep. Overall, the one activity they all enjoy the most is playing video games. Kids got to get out and play.
I agree.
Got to get out, get dirty.
My
You
kids
got
go
to
out and
fall
play.
down. You got to skin a knee.
But
You
they don't
gotta
go out
cut
by
yourself.
themselves, though.
What's that?
They don't go out by themselves.
No,
obviously.
man.
My kids are young.
Honestly, I mean, I'm looking at these parents, and, you know, if you're a 10-year-old, if you have a 10-year-old kid, and so what does that make the parent? Roughly about 30 to 35?
No, I mean,
Not in my case.
Yeah, it could be any age.
No, I'm just talking in this survey about average age.
I guess probably
about
average
30,
around
35.
There. Yeah.
You know, I'm going back more years than that. And hell, I grew up in the city, and by the time I was 13, I was riding the subway alone because we didn't have a car. You had to get around the city.
Right,
But today, there's no way in hell I would let a 13-year-old kid, especially a girl, be riding a subway by herself.
I agree.
It's just not happening. Today's there's too many freaks in the world. Like, every time I hear something new about what's going on in this world, I just say to myself, I never heard that crap when I was a kid. It just didn't happen.
I remember when I was like 9 or 10, you know, my grandparents would give me money to go up to the store.
Yeah.
You know, pick up milk or whatever. I would never do that.
No.
With my kids nowadays.
Not today. You can't. Not
Nope.
today.
Absolutely
Too many crazies out there. Coming up in just a little bit. So why did the Chinese guy jump off a bridge to avoid the police?
To get to the other side.
Or get down below. One or the other. But Andre's really going to tell us what's up. Coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
Yeah, you know, when I got home last night, I saw all these ridiculous political signs in my socialist liberal neighbor's front yard. Oh, my sign's blue. I'm a Democrat. See who I'm voting for? Well, who cares? And if they really think by putting a sign in their yard like that's going to change my mind on who I'm voting for, well, I was going to vote for Hank there, but since you're voting for eco-friendly Sally the Skirt, I'd better change my whole political view on the world. Well, good thing you put that sign in your yard. I'm going to start putting signs in my yard to sway people. Signs like, eat your vegetables and grow up to be strong, or telemarketers, stop calling me at dinner time, or why don't you mow your lawn more than twice a summer, Rick? I think that would have more of an impact on my neighborhood. Now, why don't you go charge your electric car so you can drive out and get more environmentally friendly political signs to stick in your yard and take me off? Look, I got to let you go.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Why did the guy in China jump off the bridge to avoid the police?
Well,
this is avoiding the police music.
I'm going to tell you exactly why. So I don't know if this happens to you. It definitely happens to me. Every once in a while, when I see like a police officer, I get nervous. Like I want to make sure that, all right, I'm doing the right speed limit.
Sure. You tense up a little bit.
Well, you know, that happened to this guy as well. Okay, so this guy in China, he was driving down the highway. This happened actually last Thursday when he saw a DUI checkpoint up ahead. Okay,
all right. It's caused to be a little nervous.
He was worried that he would fail the breathalyzer, so he bailed.
Literally.
And when I say bailed, this dude bailed, okay? He parked his van on the side of the road, left it there, and tried to get away by jumping off an overpass.
Wow.
What the hell?
He ended up breaking his leg.
Of course.
No.
The cops, they got him to the hospital. But the dumbest part was, are you ready for this?
He wasn't inebriated.
He wasn't inebriated at all. As a matter of fact, he wasn't drunk. He wasn't drinking.
What?
He was... He said that he was drinking the night prior, and he was afraid that maybe it would register.
Oh my God!
That
Really?
maybe there'd be something still in his.
What are the police doing in China?
in his system. So he jumped off an overpass, and he was worried that they would test him, and it would come up. But
Holy cow!
But it didn't. He was perfectly sober. And to be fair, China has really strict DUI laws.
Yeah, what is it, like death?
Well, it's if you have a blood alcohol content of like 0.02%, you can get your license revoked
on the spot.
On the spot. So he was worried.
Wow.
But the hospital did, they tested him. They did blood work on him, and he had nothing. There was nothing.
Put his leg back together.
Do you know if he got charged for anything?
It says that he's...
yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
It's not clear yet if he's facing any charges for fleeing from the police or not. They don't know at this point.
Well, technically, if they had a road check and this idiot jumped off an overpass to avoid them, and they weren't chasing him, that's not fleeing.
That's not fleeing,
he,
right?
He left his car in the middle of the road.
It's China, okay? They
Yeah,
could
it's
have
true.
completely different laws.
That's true. That's true.
Off you go. Wow.
So there it is.
So that's why the guy in China jumped off the bridge to avoid the police.
He did.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. He's not avoiding anything. It's the Zodiac Maniacs up next on the Electric Radio Show.
Magnum P.I. is back on CBS. But sorry, Tom Selleck. This time he's played by a hot, young Latino, Jay Hernandez. And just like many other CBS shows, like SWAT and Hawaii Five-0, out with the old and in with the new. Hot, younger guys. And coming soon, they'll reboot even more TV shows, like T.J. Hooker. But instead of William Shatner, it's Jason Momoa. That's a ripped pineapple I'd like to eat. And watch for Remington Steele, starring some guy with his shirt off all the time. He never speaks. He just points at people and smiles. And who cares what his name is? He's a hot and sweaty private eye. So ladies, get ready for fall to heat up with a season full of Man Candy on CBS.
If our music were clothes, the Electric Radio Show would be butt naked.
It's all I listen to.
Who is he anyway? You know him, don't you?
He's an animal. He belongs in the wild or in the circus on one of those tiny tricycles.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Time to get our metaphysics on. It's the Zodiac Maniac to give you all of the Zodiac stuff for this week. Sacred Owl, what's up, Q?
Well, this week we had a full moon in Aries. So what does that mean? A full moon in Aries is a time of culmination and a promise of fulfillment. So it started with the new moon, which was an emotional time. Remember the last couple of weeks has been very emotional. I said with couples, they're going to be going through changes.
It's still emotional,
Yeah,
damn
it is. But
for me, it is.
Yeah, well, with the Aries full moon now, with the Aries and Libra polarity, because it's the sun in Libra, and Aries being in the moon.
Okay.
That means that it's a time where a relationship axis Aries represents the self, and a Libra represents others. So there's always a conflict between what you're going to do for yourself and what you're going to do for other people.
Okay.
So you have to be really clear what your intentions are this week. So with the moon being in Aries, especially a full moon in Aries, it exacerbates having to take care of yourself, especially if you've been sacrificial and taking care of others all the time. So be very mindful of that. It also says to strike a balance between meeting and personal needs and tending to the needs of significant others, which is what I just talked about. The Libra sun is diplomatic, equality-minded, and fair-minded. The Aries moon, however, values authenticity over tact and is energized by independent efforts. So this full moon eliminates the conflict that may occur between those two things. So be mindful of that. If you're feeling irritated or annoyed, it really isn't what the other person is doing. It's just the natural energy that's out there, and just to put it away so that way you don't respond or react to it.
Gotcha.
Because then it'll blow up in your face. Now, the illumination reminds us to consider how we're honoring ourselves in the context of close relationships. So these revelations will occur, pay attention to them, and things will happen to work out just fine. Now, the sun is in Libra, and it starts September 22nd and ends October 23rd. Libra rules relationships with others as mirrors of ourselves. So in this time, this next 30 days, or how many days it is, and this time, make sure that when you meet people or you encounter people, they're reflecting parts of who you are or something you need to see in yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, that halfway energy that you look at, don't be judgmental of it, or just look at it as a lesson or a message, and be clear about it that you're just looking to balance yourself out. So if you see somebody who comes to you who's being really with attitude or anger, then that says that you might be carrying that. Take a look at it, try to resolve that part of you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Venus, of course, we have to always talk about, is in Scorpio, and that ends October 31st. So it's passionate. Relations are in focus with Venus and Scorpio, so it's about being in a relationship, not just, the visiting people and meeting snakes. You know what I'm saying? So, superficial flirtations and contacts do not really satisfy the person now. And this started happening a couple of weeks ago. I talked about how you're going to go into relationship mode, and this is going to continue on till October 31st, so right around Halloween, right towards the end of Halloween, and that's when everything is at. The high emotional passion for Venus will allow you to see things in a very clear manner, but also in a very, very emotional state. So be very mindful of how you respond to that. Just like I said earlier, be very careful with the energy that you're carrying when it comes to dealing with people's emotions, because you're taking on things that are really not happening.
Okay.
Okay. So now, when you do see that, it's the beginning of a new cycle. You're going to meet a lot of new people this week. And in meeting those people, be very clear who you want in your life and who you don't want in your life. So that way you understand that you're not dealing with that energy that's going to bite you in the behind later on, or give a person a chance who doesn't deserve to have a chance in your life.
Very true.
And so now, of course, Pluto's in Capricorn, and this new phase dawns to you. The pursuit of social and political power and status has a way of seeming necessary and inevitable, and let nothing stand in the way. Do you know that the reason politics votes in the fall? Do you know the history? Because astrologically,
is it?
Yeah. I looked it up. I was so surprised. Astrologically, the fall, the equinox, they try to get it around the equinox time because it's the beginning of planting and setting up your farm for the next season.
Okay.
Right. So people didn't have time in spring or couldn't get out in winter to go vote. So they set it up in November where they know people were going to be out all the time, and the weather's not that hot and it's not that cold. So it's really interesting how they set it up.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so I thought that was really, because that's where we have our November 6th coming up with the big election, the midterm elections. So now, with that, keeping that in mind, you want to know that there's new beginnings coming, so be very mindful of that and know that that's going to happen in a great way. Now, Madeline from the Bronx asked about Libra.
Okay.
Well, Libra, and mind you, real personal note, happy birthday to my baby, because his birthday is coming up, and he's a Libra also. And he happens to be, he has to be a Libra sun and a Aries moon, so he has that conflict all the time about the self and about others. Really, it's very interesting.
And having his dad hang chocolate underwear out the window.
Well, that's the older one, but the younger one.
Oh, we're talking about a little guy.
Yeah, a little guy. There can be a turnaround with the attitude of somebody else, particularly if there was a change of direction with them about a year ago. Your focus needs to be on your own position, on how you can be affected, and at any extra commitment would be really good for you. And to keep that in mind, what you want, so you can enjoy your life fully. So it's about Libra this week. Is about you thinking about yourself and what makes you happy.
Sacred Owl, the Zodiac Maniac.
All right.
Think about yourself.
Yes. Think about yourself.
The little guy.
Yes.
He makes chocolate underwear by himself.
As he
He's
does.
allowed to right now.
Yes, he does.
Now, people our age, you got a problem.
I would say that's an issue.
It's no big deal. Coming up in just a little bit, we've got listener email on the way on the Electric Radio Show.
Julio down by the schoolyard. Good morning, little schoolgirl. Good morning, little schoolgirl. Well, we got no class, and we got no principles. And I'm never going back to my old school. Teacher, teacher, can you teach me? Can you tell me all I need to know? My homeroom angel always pulled me from my seat. So wake up late for school, man, you don't wanna go.
The teacher got upset and she screamed out, no, it's off to the principal's office you go.
Teach the children well.
So how do you like living at school?
Do you realize what would happen if I handed in my homework in your handwriting?
That would be the stupidest thing you ever did.
So, what's your boyfriend's name? Does he go to school here?
I have more important things to do today than laugh and clap my hands.
I'll get kicked out of school.
Dig my shorts.
You know, there's like a buttload of games at this school.
Florence's wrath has arrived.
Hurricane Florence, slowing to a crawl, really, as it absolutely batters the Carolinas.
We may see record flooding. They're expecting many homes to flood in this area.
Over 20 inches of rain.
Expecting storm surge there, 9 to 13 feet.
Things will not be normal for many days. Power will be out for a long time.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
There are hundreds of volunteers and employees at the American Red Cross.
The National Guard is here. They have a dive team from Indiana.
People cramming in with relatives.
So people all over the nation are working together to make sure everyone in the hurricane's path has exactly what they need.
Neighbors, everybody's ready to take care of each other.
Welcome you! Welcome to the Hotel Hell.
Welcome to the program.
Welcome to the Smoochy Poo I Love You Hour.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to my home.
Your mother gave my mother your phone number to give to me.
This is madness.
Kiss her, you idiot!
I think we're about to start a radio show.
Let's quiet down and try to be mature.
Okay.
It's the Electric Radio Show.
All right.
Okay. Coming up in just a little while, we're going to give you guys some love for giving us love on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But straight ahead, we got a doozy.
Oh, boy.
I know it's a doozy. I just know it. I haven't read it. I haven't read it.
Oh, so it's just a guess.
That's just a guess, man.
It could be like, Dear Studio ERS, please play a song for us.
It could be, because I didn't pre-read it.
We've had like a month of doozies, so it's a pretty good guess.
I threw the virtual dart at our email and said, okay, you.
Oh, there we go.
I click open print, and I swear that's what I did, so I have no idea what this email is going to be. So this could actually be our last show ever. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Find out. Coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
I'm a man with a plan not to stand against my fad, see. Now, the situation is I have a very lovely, attractive wife at home. Her name is Camille. There are times when she can be unreasonable. Last night was that time, you see. Now, I had worked a very long day. I was tired. I had not had any sex, physical contact, in about a month, you see. Needless to say, I was a very desperate man. Now, it is 10 o'clock at night. I walk into the bedroom, expecting to see a beautiful wife in bed. Instead of seeing that, I see a wife carrying a bed and attempting to throw the bed at me, instead of the loving look that I am used to in her eyes. There is fire there. She throws the bed at me, goes 2 inches above my head, hits the wall, boom, I run out the door, she's running behind me, 50 miles an hour, saying, I'm gonna get you, son of a gun. I go, jump in my car, plates and coffee cups and pillow pads hit the windshield. I pull out of the driver, going as fast as I can, running stop plates and everything else, and then I stop the car and I realize something. It was very clear to me. I have a very unreasonable wife tonight, and I am not going to be having any fun in the bedroom tonight.
You already know what it is.
I'm telling you. You're listening to the Electric Radio Show. On air and online. TheElectricRadioShow.com. Come join the party.
Feel the power. It's the Electric Radio Show. Dip into the virtual mailbag. As you guys hear this, so will I, because I didn't pre-read it. It's listener email. This one's from Ralph in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Dear Studio ERS, I've had an experience this past weekend that mortified me, and I need your help. I recently started working as a junior accountant in a well-established firm. See, I told you I didn't pre-read this. I got to put my glasses on. In a well-established firm. Everyone there seems so much more elegant and polished than I do. I just want to fit in and do a good job. Last week, I was asked to give a big presentation to our board of directors and many of our clients. I was so nervous, and I decided to get a new suit. When I bought it, it needed some tailoring, and I took it over to a tailor not far from my house. The morning of my presentation, I was nervous, but I felt great in my new suit. I stood up to give my presentation, and I felt like people in the audience were distracted. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I ignored it and figured my nerves were just getting the best of me. Then I turned to look up at my presentation, and I felt a breeze in my crotch area.
Oh, no. Goodness.
I discreetly looked down and realized the seat of my pants was all open from my fly down my inseam. I sat down for the rest of the presentation. When I came off stage, I went into the bathroom and saw that my tailor never finished my pants. I don't know how I didn't notice it when I got dressed. Now somebody has said, now nobody has said anything to me, but I know they saw it, and of course, that day I was wearing green boxer shorts.
All right.
Wow.
Should I tell these people what happened or just not say anything? I'm so embarrassed. Ralph in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wow. Ralph, this is real?
I wonder if he had polka dots.
That really happened to Ralph?
Oh, my God.
Poor Ralph.
All right, so Ralph's burning question is, should I tell people what happened or just not say anything? You.
I wouldn't say a daggone thing. Sometimes the pink elephant in the room just needs to be not noticed. If nobody's bringing it up, I'm not going to make an excuse about it.
Yeah, right?
I'm not bring attention to something I don't need to bring attention to.
Yeah, man. Everybody, yeah. Try.
Now, I mean, if it was me, and I was, especially if I had a microphone, I would have definitely brought attention to it. And I would have been like, can you believe that my tailor did this? You know,
I would have done that.
Because that's just me. You know what I mean?
Knowing you as well as I know you, that would be the day that you chose not to wear underwear.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, I would make a joke of it, you know? So that, you know, that's probably.
But I think that's just your personality type, though. I mean, Ralph is obviously mortified. D-Light, what the hell do you say? What does he do?
I think obviously.
Oh, Dre. So does he say something or not say something?
I mean, I would definitely, you know, be like, you know, hey, now that it's over with, I would definitely say something. I'd be like, did you see what happened? Oh my gosh, you know.
So the event is done and over with. I would not bring it up only because, like, if nobody noticed it,
everybody saw it. I mean, come on. Everybody saw it.
He said,
you know,
everyone seemed distracted.
But he was really nervous, so that could be. I'm not a good public speaker, okay? And when I'm doing public speaking in front of people that I don't know, I'm very, you know, oh my God, are they looking at me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
weird.
Chances are, if anybody noticed, it was probably only people in like the front row.
Okay, so you're saying don't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm saying, Ralph, it could be a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
I think if you handle this now that you know what happened and everything else, and especially if you're asked to speak again,
I
would definitely open up. If you're speaking in front of these people in a group again, just say, I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak again. By the way, I have a different tailor.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Just, dude,
People
I think Ralph, I think it could be an icebreaker for you. I think we have 4 valid opinions in here. It's just what fit. I don't know you, man, and so I don't know what your personality type is. But if you're outgoing. Hey, man, everybody gets nervous.
Just have fun.
Dre and I have been on stage in front of people. Man, I was on stage at Eisenhower Hall in West Point.
Did you split your pants?
I didn't split my pants, but I've been in this business a long time, and I was nervous as hell.
Yeah, that happens.
So
I had to give a presentation once to a group of doctors, and I was on a microphone, and I asked them if the pants I was wearing made my ass look big.
How did it go over?
It went over awesome. Like, everybody laughed. You just have a little fun. It's okay.
There you go,
It's an
Ralph.
icebreaker, like you said.
Best of luck. Again, man, we're always looking for follow-up emails. Let us know what went on and how everything went. You got to listen to your email for us. Shoot it out to us. StudioERS@gmail.com. Subject line, listener email. Social shout-outs coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
Are you looking to have non-consensual sex with Bill Cosby? Take the only doctor-approved over-the-counter medication endorsed by Cosby himself. Prescription strength Cosby-Tol. Cosby-Tol works fast to get you in bed with Bill Cosby, whether you remember it or not. Warning, do not take Cosby-Tol if you want to be conscious while having sex with Bill Cosby. Side effects may include having sedated sexual relations with an incoherent, rambling old man.
I'm telling you where the road is out. Now, you want to go here or you want to be concerned about who's giving you the message?
Cosby-Tol, now available wherever roofies are sold.
Pumps me up, makes me happier, makes me dance, makes people laugh at me while I'm dancing when they walk in, but I do it.
If it's upbeat, it gives me energy.
We love this show.
The Electric Radio Show.
You see, it was a more innocent time back when I did the Fat Albert show. Roofies were not available, and most of the time with the Korean girls who did the cartoons, I hardly ever needed to use the chloroform rag, you see.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Let's give it a little love. Social shout-outs, starting with Facebook. Starting in Richmond, Virginia, we have Marissa Cortez. In Hong Kong, we have Andy Lau. And in Menacing Valley, New York, we have Vanessa Quiroz. So thank you so much.
All right.
On Twitter in New Jersey. Ayo, what's going on in New Jersey?
How you doing?
Karen Yankovic in New Jersey. Thanks so much for checking in. In New South Wales, Australia, we have Kim Smith. And in Riverside, California, we have Tate Holmes. So thanks so much. Thanks for the love on Twitter and my favorite social medium, Instagram. From Tampa, Florida, we have Brendan Callaghan. In the UK, we have DJ Kicks. And on Instagram, we have Wow Holiday Discount Travel. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Love you guys. Love it, love it, love it. And by the way, D-Light, last week, I think it was you that posted that.
If you see, do you see an old woman or a young woman?
On our Facebook page. First one I saw was old woman.
That's because you're an old man.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah, because they
you would
said
think
that
I'd be the horn dog looking for the young woman.
They said that it depended on how old you were, what you would actually see. I actually saw a young woman.
Interesting. It's very interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, check it out.
I saw the older woman too.
Yep, it's on our Facebook
so
page.
isn't
Check
that
it out.
funny though? Because you guys are all much older than me.
D-Light, great job. Great job.
Yeah.
You want to see... Actually, Andre and D-Light usually handle most of the social media stuff. Every now and then I'll put something up there and D-Light be like, that's stupid.
Yeah, and then I take it down.
Yeah, you do, usually. Check us out. If you want to catch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all you simply have to do is go to theelectricradioshow.com. We're going to close things up coming up in a couple of minutes on The Electric Radio Show.
We're ending the show, and we hope you enjoyed it very much. Many things transpired here today, and we hope you stick around for whoever's next. because they're really, really, really good as well.
All right, big finish.
Show's over, folks.
That's it. Go home, everybody. None of this ever happened. Well, kids, that's our show for today. And now, in the words of Mr. Cole Porter.
It's over. Bye-bye from us to you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
That's going to do it, everybody.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for yet another electric radio show. And if you guys remember going back to our last episode, Sacred Owl, the Zodiac Maniac, did your Zodiac sign. What was it? In anger?
In anger. How you respond.
And remember, I asked you to do it like a video per day to do that. They're up there. You can go to our website, theelectricradioshow.com. A couple of our affiliates picked up, and they're putting it up on their website. So make sure to check your local affiliate to see if they're up there. And as always, man, you got Real Talk with Sacred Owl. You can check that out. Go to theelectricradioshow.com. Man. Dude, I really need a drink. Yeah, man. I've been stressed out since last week, hitting a deer and destroying my car, man. And it wasn't really, it was my hoopty. But I love that car, man.
I know you did.
I know. You loved that car.
I really did love that car, man. Now I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, man. Keep you guys posted. Hopefully I'll have a better What's Up next week.
You will.
Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we want to thank our police, fire, EMS, and dispatchers. Thank you for what you do on the state and local level to keep everybody safe to go around their daily lives. To the greatest fighting force this world has ever known, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Thank you for what you do for us and others around this great planet of ours. Keep everybody safe from tyranny, oppression, and terrorism. Take care, be well, have a great week. We'll catch you here in a little over 6 days on the next Electric Radio Show.
Take care. God bless.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you to all our troops. God bless America.
Here to perform our national anthem, United States Navy veteran and national recording artist, Dave Bray, USA.